Hey besties, it's Bree. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, we're going to be resetting my crochet area, talking about our goals, talking about plans for next year, and talk about everything that we did this year. So let's get right into the video. Okay guys, so I'm so excited for this video. So the big reveal, my color of the year, which I've talked about numerous times, this year was pink. And my big project for this year, well, I had two that I wanted done by the end of the year. Mind you, it is 9:43 p.m. December 26th. So my big projects for the year was a temperature blanket in shades of pink and my Wicked cardigan. I did finish my Wicked cardigan, but I have not finished my temperature blanket. The temperature blanket I've done up to June. All of June is done and sewn onto the blanket. I write the temperature down in my notes, and then I make the hexagons for it and then sew them on. I have crocheted the hexagons for up to like July 25th or something like that, but I haven't sewn them onto the blanket. So I have 5 days to crochet the rest of 2025 and sew it onto the blanket. Let me show you the blanket. Okay, so this is the blanket so far. She's gorgeous. Like, I think I'm holding it upside down. I have to be. Yeah, this is upside down because the lighter colors are the lower temperatures. So this is upside down, but she's beautiful and I really want to see it through. So I do need to finish it. And I will. I do plan on it. So that's what I'm going to be doing tonight while I'm winding yarn. And I'm going to watch The Housemaid on my little movie website and work on this for the rest of the night. But I said all that to say I wanted to reveal my color of the year for next year, which will be green. To nobody's surprise. Maybe somebody's surprise. I don't know. My favorite color is green. I had so much fun with pink this year. Like, I've completely fallen in love with pink. I've never been a pink girly. I've fallen in love with pink. I would say it is definitely top 2. And is 2 because green is number 1. But pink goes well with green. So, you know, she'll be around. So I do need to finish the blanket, and then I have stuff already that I'm gonna start transitioning from pink to green. There are certain things that I have to keep my color of the year going, and I'm gonna be crocheting with a lot of green yarn. So far I have wound up all this yarn. I have a duffel bag and I had my seat just full of like floppy skeins of yarn, or like I used this orange and I was center pulling so it started getting floppy, or if it's just on the shelf and it looked a little ugly, it needs to be rewound so the shelf can do better. Let's see if you can see the shelf a little bit. It's bare and all of that top shelf, that's just unwound yarn, and we don't do that. I cake everything, so that needs to be caked, but I don't know if I'm gonna do that in this video. It may take some time. I do have a tote full of yarn that is not caked up that I got because it does have projects for them, but I think that's what I'm gonna do with anything that is a skein that hasn't been touched. Right now we're just worrying about ones that have been touched, but we still have so much in here, and just the ones that I have sitting right here that need to be wound up. So it took me so many days to do this freaking shelf, but we got time. We have time. Christmas is over. I don't have any projects that I have to be doing except for my temperature blanket. So we're working on that until it's done. and I'm gonna start a new YouTube schedule. Like, I'm so excited. I have so many plans. I have so many things going on. I gotta make a vision board. I got a calendar. It's called the Big Ass Calendar. It's the whole year on one dry erase calendar. It's gonna go right up there. I have so many plans, and I'm so excited to share all of that with you. But enough of me yapping. We're gonna start winding up some yarn. I'm gonna turn on the housemaid, and I'm gonna get working on some hexagons. So these are the hexagons I got done. Here is my bin that I work out of for these, and I have my movie queued up, and I have Pinterest up just in case I ever have an idea. But we're gonna start winding up this yarn. We're gonna start this movie. I already said that. Let me stop talking. Yeah, so the movie site isn't working. I thought I was about to watch The Housemaid, but no, I'm gonna watch YouTube. Yeah, I'm just gonna watch YouTube until I get in my bed. Yeah, we're gonna watch cocoa butter videos. Hey guys, it's the next day, and I'm so sorry about the lighting. I'm so sorry. But it's the next day. I locked in last night and a little bit just now. I finished the hexagons I needed for July, and they are all sewn on. So now we're moving on to August. But I am pre-recording some TikToks for January, so I am making a lace headband right now, and I don't imagine that's gonna take me a very long time at all. And then we're gonna jump right in and we're gonna work on August. I'm YouTubed out. I remembered because I was watching an interview with Issa Rae that she had this collection of short essays come out, and they're free with Prime. And I added them to my Kindle, but they said the audiobooks were also free on Audible with Prime. So I'm gonna listen to some Issa Rae short essay audiobooks. I think they're all about 30 minutes long. So I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna be working on this headband. I'm also gonna be winding yarn still. We need to be doing a lot of things all at once. So let me shut up, thread this yarn winder, and get back to work.
Astronaut and white family members. When you pressed a button, they each said something that correlated with their respective occupation or familial position. None of those sayings had anything to do with the restaurant. Dreaming. Most of that time has been extremely fulfilling and ridiculously fun. At the time, had the brilliant idea that we should tour colleges to promote the series and meet our supporters.
Hey guys, so I listened to one of the essays by Issa Rae. It was 35 minutes long, the first one, and then I finished up some content for TikTok. Then I got up, made some dinner. I just ate dinner really quickly, and I decided I'm going to watch 90210. I watched it when I was in high school, like freshman year, sophomore year. It might have even been 8th grade. Was it 8th grade? No, it was probably definitely freshman year of high school. So I don't remember much. I do remember that it was good. I do remember that I didn't finish. Schitt's Creek is kind of like not very serious to me, but we're going to be starting 90210, episode 1. I'm going to be working on August of the temperature blanket. I counted up how many like solid hexagons I need, and I need like 10 solid magenta, which is over 90 degrees hexagons. So I can mindlessly just do this without having to change colors, and then I can work on the ones that do need to be mixed. So we're doing that. We're still making progress. Let's get into it. Let's see how much I can do in one episode. I'm on episode 2, and I have 5 done. The first episode was long though. It was like 2 episodes as one episode ish. So after 4 episodes of 90210, I got 10 all magenta hexagons done, which means that I need to do 2 full hot pinks, 1 hot pink and magenta, and 3 magenta and hot pinks, which is not a lot. It's 11:15. I know I'll get them done by tonight, but I don't feel like sewing them onto the blanket. And like I said, it's the 27th, and it's not realistic for me to think I can get 6 months worth of work done in 6 days. If I crochet faster, maybe. I think I started with this hook, so I've been using this hook, but this isn't the hooks that I use. And I think this hurts my hand faster, but it's not realistic. And if I have to take the first week or so of 2026 to get it done, then I'll get it done. Because then, on top of that, there's no border. Didn't even think about the fact that it needs a border. I think just off winding up on my yarn, I have enough white to do like 2 singular. I don't even know, because the blanket's going to be big as hell by that point. So I might be lying. I was going to say 2 singular rounds of just single crochets around the blanket. I don't know about the border. I'm going to see what I can do. But I did want to take a break from that. I did take a break for about 30 minutes. I ate some more food and just wanted to chat with you guys for a minute. I don't ever really chat, so let's chat. I just kind of ramble on my stream of thoughts, but I don't really chat. Nothing really new going on. I've been really in my like hermit shell for the past like month or so, month and a half maybe, because I'm really like an extroverted introvert, and I keep saying I've been like cosplaying as an extrovert all freaking year, so now I'm like, I don't really mind not being bothered with anybody. I really just been chilling. I went out of town with my boyfriend 5 days, and that's always welcome because I don't get to see him. We don't live in the same place. But other than that, I've been by myself. Now I work from home, so I don't really leave. And so I just been thinking about how I want to go into this next year. And for 2026, I have so many goals. I want to do, I'm going to do a vision board. But my vision for my vision board is for it to be in this long frame. Like, it's going to be an 8x24 frame. It's brown because I have brown accents in my room. The top of my dresser is brown, and the little stand that my TV is sitting on is also brown. So I got a little brown frame, and I'm going to put it above my dresser. But it'll be long. And I went on Pinterest, picked some pictures that were like the aesthetic of the kind of goals that I want, because I'm not necessarily writing it all out. And then also some like affirmations and just words of wisdom, positivity. And if I put it over my dresser, then I'll see it every day. And I think it's good. So some of my crochet goals, well, I could just tell you my crochet goals. I have one secret goal that I won't be revealing just yet, but it's a big one as far as crochet goes. And then I want to, off the top of my head, I want to learn how to corner to corner crochet, And that's probably not a big feat, but it seems very, very intimidating when I'm looking at videos of people doing it. That is one of my goals. Another goal is to write my first pattern. I want it to be out by June, maybe even May. That's my goal within a goal, is for the pattern to be done by May. But who knows? I'm not going to rush myself. I'm doing what I can for it in the meantime. I do want to make, well, I do want to dabble in making amigurumi plushies, perhaps. I love making like a plushie pillow, or perhaps like a plushy little friend. I've only made a plush strawberry pillow. I made a pizza pillow for my boyfriend. I made something else, but I can't remember what off my head. I made a lot of things this year, but I do not remember what else I made with some plush yarn. It's gonna bug me. If I remember what it was by the time I edit this and put it up, I'll put a photo. I'll put a photo right here so I can, yeah, because I don't remember it now. I do want to do a market. It's not a hard goal because I know that markets are a lot of work, and it really just depends on how much time I can dedicate to making a bunch of things to make a market. If I did do a market, it would probably be towards the end of the year. Some things that aren't really goals, but just kind of plans that I do have. I have a lot of content ideas that I want to get going. I'm going to change my YouTube schedule because I was on a schedule and then I messed that schedule up and I was just being a little bit over ambitious. I am going to be trying some different hobbies in the new year, and I'm going to document that as well. But I am going to attempt knitting. I do want to finger knit. Looking at finger knitting, I know I can finger knit something, but I do want to finger knit a blanket. That is a goal. And then I want to attempt to knit. Knitting is one of them. I think I'm just gonna do a try a new hobby every month of the year. Try something new, and it may not be new, but I definitely want to focus on other things. Like, I know that I want to read more, and I've talked about getting into audiobooks, and like I said, I was just listening to an audiobook. So I already know what I'm gonna start with at the beginning of the year. The only reason that I haven't started it yet is because I want it to be on my tracking for 2026. I have a lot planned, and I'm super duper excited. And to keep up with that, I got me the big ass calendar. It's literally called the big ass calendar. It's a big wall calendar of the whole year. It has every single day of the year. It's a year calendar, and it's gonna go over my desk. It'll be right in my freaking face. It comes with sticky notes. It comes with a dry erase marker, so I can color coordinate. I can have everything at a glance right there. So once I get that, I will already start planning things out, the potential of things, recording days, editing days, travel, whatever you can think of. I'm gonna make sure that I put it on the calendar. New Year's is my favorite holiday. New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, whichever, is my favorite holiday because the energy around it is that you can do anything, you can change anything. The atmosphere is that you setting these goals, you're going and you're hitting the ground running, you are starting anew, you are starting fresh, and everybody's on the same page about it, that we're starting new habits and whatever. You can do that whenever. We know this. But the energy around it is that everybody collectively is like, we got this. We're going into this. We are about to make some shit shake in this new year. Going out and having a drink and having a good time on New Year's and just deciding that this year we're gonna make some changes and it's gonna be great. We're gonna change our lives. And that's why it's my favorite holiday. I want to show you guys when I make my vision board. I want to show you guys when I transition to green. Pink has been an amazing, amazing, amazing year for me. And I'm so excited about green because it's my favorite color. But green is also like a new beginnings kind of color. It is turning over a new leaf. See what I did there? Sorry. But yeah, I'm excited about green. I'm in love with green. She's top 2 and she's not 2. Okay? But pink, you've won me over, babes. So that's all I wanted to chat about. Like I said, I've been wanting to sit and chat and talk about just my future plans a little bit of change in the channel, a little bit more consistency on my part, a little bit of doing more, because I just finished that pink one. I only have 4 more hexagons to do, and I imagine I will just weave in my ends, but I'm not gonna sew anything tonight. And I think that that's a great accomplishment, getting all of August crocheted and then sew them on tomorrow. And I know tomorrow I'll probably start crocheting some more, but I think we're making a good pace, honestly. Like, that's the most that I could really ask for. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I probably won't update again tonight, so I will talk to y'all when I talk to you. Hello, vlog. It's been a couple days. I think it may have just been like a day and a half. I don't remember. I think when I left you guys, I was working on the hexagons for August for the temperature blanket, and I finished them that night. Sewed in most of the ends that night. Next day, woke up intending to sew them on. I'm giving myself grace when it comes to the blanket. So like I said, I have to do September now, and I've been obviously thinking about how I'm going to end the blanket off. And last night I was thinking, oh, should I just make September as half hexagons and then just put them along the side? Up to this point, the blanket is in chronological order, so it would suddenly not be in chronological order if I decided to do that. So I asked my boyfriend, and he was like, well, what are you gonna do for the border? You're gonna do white? And I said, yeah. So he said, make those white. So it will be a little extra work for me, but I am going to end up just making them white. I made one so I can remember how to do the halves. Very cutesy. So I made one, and I kind of counted the sides. I believe the long sides of the blanket are gonna be straight. Those will have the hexagons. The short sides won't have the hexagons, so it can still have some character along the edge. It just won't be too much of having to go in and out of the peaks, or I guess the plateaus of the blanket. So I've decided to do that. I like the way that I did it before. I separated the days, seeing how many solids I need and how many mixes I need. And because they're going back and forth between 2 colors for real, it's super duper easy. It'd be different if I was going through all 5 colors all the time, but I am not. So it's going back and forth between hot pink and magenta. So I think I need 6 hot pink, 6 magenta, and there's 30 days in September, so it works out great. I need 6 hot pink, 6 magentas, and then 3 of them are mixed somehow, either hot pink and magenta or magenta and hot pink. So I brought that over to the bed to work on, but I need to make a TikTok. So, so my granny rectangle blanket that I've been working on for quite some time. I'm gonna crochet on this a little bit. I've been wanting to, and I'm like, since I'm giving myself the whole month of January to get this blanket done, I can take a step back for it for a second before I get irritated with it. And it's not that it is, it's just a lot of sewing, and that's the worst part of crocheting unless you like sewing. But I want to get to baby blanket size. I mean, it's a decent size for a baby doll, perhaps. But how many colors is this? 5 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors. So I want it to be in sections of 5. So I need 3 more rows, and that's probably going to be baby blanket size. So I'm just going to work on this for a little bit, and then I'll get back to those hexagons. I have been watching 90210, just as dramatic and fast-paced as I remember it to be. So I'm just going to do that, crochet on this blanket, and then I'll switch and start making some white half hexagons for the blanket, and I'll check back in when I check back in. I don't know when that'll be. Hey besties. It's New Year's Eve. And I have folded clothes. I have a load in the washer. I decided to go ahead and just wash my small load of clothes I had. I think the last time I talked, I said I was going to make some white half hexagons for the blanket. I did not do that. I ended up laying down to take a nap. And then when I got up from the nap, I worked on the sweater from my goddaughter. That pullover was not working out for me, so I just made her a hexagon cardigan. I'll show you in just a second, but right now we're gonna get back to winding yarn. I have my first 7 days of 31 days of crochet done and pre-recorded, so I can breathe a little bit knowing that I have my short form content out the way for the first week of January. Here is the little baby hexagon cardigan, so cutesy. And I'm just gonna wind this. Let me get my microphone. Okay, this should be working. Hopefully you can't hear this yarn winder, but if you can, I'm sorry. So we're still winding yarn. We've gotten a lot done. Kinda gotten a lot done. It's just that the stopping to untangle and whatever have you is time consuming when I'm trying to get something else done, especially if I'm trying to film it. And so a lot of times I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna do it when I'm done doing this, and then don't end up doing it. But we're back to it right now. I'm winding up this, and I didn't even show you guys before I put it up, but I'm winding up this faux fur yarn. It matches this thing actually. But I'm winding this up. I made a little ear warmer. I call it my ski headband, but I made a little ear warmer on the plane on the way to Pittsburgh, like the orange one that I made on my TikTok. And I'm just winding up the leftover yarn from that. Probably go in my scrap yarn bin, maybe, I don't know. And a secret, and I'm scared to tell y'all, but I have been a bit of an outside puller lately. I have been outside pulling my yarn, and it's simply because it is less messy in the aftermath, in that I don't have to recake yarn that I've already caked. So I think I'm gonna have to invest in me a yarn spinner, and I already have my eye on one, and it's on Temu. Sit that there for now. So yeah, don't sue me. I really do love a center pull though if I'm gonna work straight out the skein. So there's a time and place for everything, as I always say. As far as housekeeping things for New Year's, my photos came. I'm just gonna clip this. My photos came from my vision board today. They look so good printed out and glossy. I'll be able to cut them up and do whatever I need to. My frame is still coming tomorrow, so that'll be just in time. Hopefully I have the whole house clean, everything's all good, and then I can sit in my PJs, work on my vision board, and hopefully put it up on the wall. So yeah, I'm winding yarn. What do I have going on? Nothing but this temperature blanket. I'm thinking about it. The sweater is done. That was a whip that I had. The only thing that I have to worry about right now is the temperature blanket, and I'm also thinking of things that I'm going to be doing for 31 days of crochet. But other than that, I'm not working on anything right now, unless I am forgetting something. But it can be extensive if I'm forgetting. I'm still thinking about what my big project, my big green project is going to be next year. And I've decided I'm just going to do a blanket every year, and that's fine with me. But it's going to be a different kind of blanket. So this year was the temperature blanket. But as a consolation prize, I did make a pink 6-day star blanket, and I made it pink on purpose so that if I didn't get that temperature blanket done, I at least got that done. And I was thinking I could just not stress myself out and do something relatively simple that I've already done and make a green 6-day star blanket, which I may still do, but that's not going to be the main project. All I'm going to say is that I'm going to make a blanket. I'm not going to say which one is going to be my big project, but I am heavily considering doing the Persian tiles blanket. I purchased the pattern for it. I've read through it. I've looked through so many. The biggest problem that I'm having is that I can't come up with a color scheme. Like, yes, it's going to be mainly green, but it's got to have some other colors in there for you to really see what's going on, the intricacies of everything. And I don't want to just bite somebody's color scheme. There is one that I've seen, and it's they actually have a kit for it on Mary Maxim website. You could just buy all of the yarn for it, but they have kits for specific color schemes for the Persian tiles blanket, and they have one, and I can make my life easier and just buy that kit, and it'll come with it because it's also made out of DK yarn. So I have to get one that has substantial colors with whatever DK yarn I end up picking. So I could make my life easy and just get that kit because it's really cute. Let me see. I was gonna say I would just put the picture on the screen, but I could just show you the picture. It's right here. It's this one. I don't know if you can really tell, but it's like a light green, like a pistachio green with the like pinks and reds and a little bit of white. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. And I could really make my life easy and just do that. And I would be happy. But I can never just do the simple thing. That would be too much like right. So, what to do? I don't know. That's our dilemma, isn't it? I started moving the shelf around because I was like, this whole shelf right here was all the pinks. Because I was like, okay, I'm touching the pinks every day because that's my color of the year. So I'm just going to do a whole pink shelf. And then I was thinking, should I just keep doing that? So a whole green shelf. Yes. Now when I did it, I had pink. And then immediately below it, I had what very little red I had. I had like 2 skeins of red. Red, orange, yellow, green, go down blue, purple, like that. And it kind of just, it's kind of like Reggie Bivin because pink isn't in the Reggie Biv, but it's a red. Pink is a red. So I kind of Reggie Bived it after the fact. So I was thinking if I do green all up there and then I put red on the far side and then orange, yellow, blue, purple. Or I can just move everything and then it'll be green, blue, purple, red, yellow, orange. Which I'm kind of considering. The bottom shelf is always and forever going to be whites, browns, blacks, and any variegated yarn that I can't decide what is the main color of it because it's so significant each color that I can't tell what is the main color of it. So it sits at the bottom. But I'm still wrestling with that, especially because I made this whole big point to cake all of my yarn last year, like even skeins that weren't touched, that I never opened. Cake it and put it on the shelf. Still could do that. That top shelf was the pink shelf until I made it the second shelf, and that was the untouched skeins. But now I have a tote with untouched skeins. Something. I'm a little stuck. I don't know what to do. So I'm gonna kick this yarn and think about the way that I want to do this shelf, and then I'll come back when I figure it out. Alright, I don't know if you guys can see, but this shelf was a little higher. I moved it down. And there is another shelf down here I will show. But I moved it down so there's a little bit more vertical space for the pinks. Even and then so I just have this one, but it's gonna go in my container right there. But I'm thinking about when I'm done with the temperature blanket, even though I feel like all those colors will be almost gone and probably going into the scrap yarn bucket by the time that I'm done with the temperature blanket. But I know this is a color that I'm gonna need towards the end of December, end of November. But it was messy, so it's being rewinded along with a couple of blues. So I needed more of that because I acquired a lot of orange towards the end of the year. Which I'm sure will be getting used up as well. And I do have 2 reds. As far as at the top, I moved the skeins of green that were at the top to the green shelf. And then there is some green that I have from Premier Yarns. It's in the cube organizer that my TV sits on. It just looks cute right there for right now, but I got a bunch of green from Premier, and I'm just gonna leave it right there. I might move it over here because I want to be able to see all of the green. Like sometimes when I want inspiration, I just turn around and look at the shelf. So I'm very likely to move the greens over here. If so, I'm thinking I'm definitely gonna move that top shelf. Well, not move it. I'm gonna take the skeins off, put them in the tote, so I can have more room for the cakes that are already caked, because it's not looking good. Or I could put all my cotton up there, or I could kind of reverse it. Either way, I decided on green down to blue, purple to pink. Orange is in the back, and then there's red. The yellow is going to go right there in the front of the last of that like mauve pink. I don't really pull for it, but I'm going to try to get it out of my stash. Some kind of stash buster project that'll be mauve pink, because I don't really like it. It's too muted of a pink for me. But I have a lot of it, because when I did a crochet event, I did a value pound and gave everyone a couple ounces out of the pound for everyone's like starter yarn. I did 4 colors, so I have a lot of mauve. I had all the excess of whatever. It was a lot, so I have a lot, and I hope to use that up. um yeah, I don't have any other way to kind of, unless I move the like variegated skeins, which I only have a couple of Premier Fruits yarns. If I could find somewhere to put those, I can definitely move over my neutrals at the bottom and put a little more down there. Like I could put my red down there, because nothing, the red can go next to my white, black, brown, gray. Rarely have any gray, but it could all go down there. However, I just looked up the returns policy. You have 90 days. So since it was definitely in December, the last time I went to get this yarn from Hobby Lobby and I got too much for that one order, I am going to return them, because I have all of these colors. I have so much that I absolutely do not need them, and I'm going to return them. And I think I'm going to get cotton, because there are a lot of different cottons that I want to get. I'm working on something, and I also have a birthday gift I want to make. I want to make a shirt for my boyfriend. So I just want to exchange them and get a few starter cottons. I'll probably spend some money, but I can't exchange this yarn. It's about 6 skeins. I could take a couple skeins off that top shelf too that aren't speaking to me right now, which I love that I've been able to do that. So I can spend less money and kind of just, so that's also why I haven't been like immediately caking stuff, because I can return it if I don't need it. So I do plan on doing that. Um, maybe tomorrow, New Year's Eve. Maybe tomorrow, I can get some more of the jelly bean green, because I really like that, and then cotton, green cotton, and some other cottons. That's all I have to say for now. Stay tuned. Hey besties, it is New Year's Eve. Happy New Year's Eve. It won't be New Year's Eve when you see this, but it's New Year's Eve today. It's my last day as a pink girly, so I had to put on some pink. And we're about to go to Hobby Lobby. I have 5 or 6 skeins that I can return or exchange. I'm gonna get some cotton, and I need to get some white so I can make sure I have enough white for the border of this blanket when I'm done with it. But let's go to Hobby Lobby. Hi guys, I didn't vlog because I was on the phone and trying to concentrate and doing a lot. So I didn't vlog, but let's do a yarn haul. So, like I said, I wanted to get cotton. If I didn't say that, I wanted to get cotton. But let's start with the acrylic because it's less of it. So I got a Crafter's Secret Big Idea white skein, because I know I'm going to need a lot of white for the border and for the half hexagons for the temperature blanket. So I was just like, instead of getting 3 whites, get this, and it would technically be cheaper because it's not yarn week. It's key lime, and this is mint greens because I don't have these. I got 1 bright citrus, 1 forest, 1 bright green, 2 sage, 1 olive green, 3 ivory, 1 red, and 1 taupe. I do have a project in mind for at least some of this. So I want to use the olive green, 1 sage, the taupe, and an ivory to make a tam or a lock hat for my cousin. He has locks, so I'm gonna make him a hat out of this for his birthday. His birthday is January 24th, so I want to get started on that ASAP. And I think this is really cute. It's very earthy, and I think it's neutral enough, you know, for a man. And then some more red in the ivories because I am planning to make my boyfriend and I shirts. I'm gonna make him a hexagon shirt, and I'm gonna make me some type of something, and he picked out ivory and red. I already have some, and I got a little bit, so we'll see how far I can get with it, with just these. And this is simply just all of the green cottons, so I got some. They had one that was called Serene Spa, and I wasn't sure if that was blue or green. It was leaning more blue to me, even though they had all of the greens kind of like this. So I'm sure it's supposed to be green, but it was giving me blue, so I didn't get that one. But these are all of the greens. I think they look really cute all together. Maybe I'll make something all together. I don't know. I'm super excited. So for the rest of the night, I'm gonna change into my pajamas, and we're gonna work on my vision board. Let me show you what I got from Five Below. I got some snacks for tonight. First of all, I got another reusable bag from Five Below. These are great whip bags. They're 35¢. They're very sturdy. Great whip bags. I always get some whenever I go in. I don't need any more, but this one was very cute. Just chilling. It's a snowman. I only got 2 because I got like 10 blue ones, the regular Five Below ones when I went. So I just told her go ahead and put it in this bag. But I got some minis. Hot flaming balls. Y'all remember these? Back in the day, they used to come in a plastic container with the top, and then you just pour some in the top and eat them like that. Astros, that's what they were called. Or asteroids. Flaming hot asteroids. I'm gonna find a picture. But, yeah. Sweet tart ropes, green apple. Rare find. Love those. Because starting tomorrow, I'm back on my active girl shit. I'm back on my clean eating, whatever. So I do want to try some things. I am a diabetic, and I do want to lose weight. So we need to get those things under control. I also have PCOS, all the good stuff. So I'm looking at stuff that's yummy that I don't want to like to actually consume and be able to eat and snack and things like that. Anyway, I got that from Five Below. So I just wanted to try it. And then I got a shirt. It's a Wicked shirt. The Wicked stuff is dwindling, but I got me a Wicked shirt. Wicked. Pink goes good with green. Defying gravity. Cute, and I think this is just like one Wicked merch, whatever, but also it's green. It considers, I'm considering it green. I don't have a lot of green things, so I will have to do like some shopping at some point, but I am done spending money until like February. Okay, so I am going to get my bed together, get my pictures and everything, put my PJs on. We're gonna get into bed and we're gonna start collaging, see how that works out. All right, guys, so I'm in the bed. I got my snacks. I got everything I need. I got the remote. Here are the pictures. I got 61 pictures. And here's the frame. I thought it would come with like a picture in here, so I could just use the paper and stick it in there and I can just put it inside, but it did not. So I am going to, here's the frame without those protectors. I have some white paper here, and I'm just gonna line it up with the cardboard piece that goes in the back of the frame and go from there so that I can make sure everything fits inside the frame. And then I'm gonna put these pictures into categories so I can tell you about my goals and how the pictures are supposed to represent the goals and such. So I put them into piles. This is kind of my content creator pictures. This is like my get active pile. Stay hydrated, clean eating, and working out. This is vinyl setups because I want to get into vinyl collecting. Bookish kind of pictures, reading. This is just a finger knit blanket because I want to finger knit a blanket. I keep saying every time I go in there, I see that yarn and I'm like, I really want to finger knit a blanket. I really want to finger knit a blanket. I am going to finger knit a blanket. These are like crochet offices. These are just like studying because I want to go back to school. Specifically for green because my color of the year is green. So this says, what about green? I like green. And notice all of these like little sayings and things are green. This says green. Green, being the color of nature, represents growth, harmony, fertility, and freshness. It is the most restful and relaxing color to the eye. And then these are like affirmations, quotes. You enjoy this montage until I show you what I come up with.
Linda, exactly how dead is she?
There's been some confusion over rooming here at Shiz, but of course I'll care for Vanessa. But of course I rise above it.
That must have been so distressful for you. Well, someone wrote those wonderful words on purpose for him to see.
Like me.
First, hair. We toss our hair. Ready? Toss, toss. That's a choice. Next, I'm gonna transform this simple rock.
I'm about at the halfway point of the board. I decided to just go ahead and tape it on here because it's just double-sided tape and I can just peel it off. So this is my halfway point. I'm thinking it's looking really, really, really good. I don't like when it looks too messy. I think that this is just the right amount of collage without me being overwhelmed. So I'm excited. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish kind of goes on here. So we're doing good. That's all I have to say. Check back in a minute. All right, guys, I'm done. A lot of executive decisions had to be made, but I think she came out really cute. Here is the finished product. Let me put it in the frame. Okay, this is the finished product. I think it's so freaking cute. So I think this is so cute. And I may make a little small one with the rest of the pictures if I get another smaller frame to just have somewhere, but I don't know. But this is perfect. I'm actually really wowed at myself. Like, I've never made an actual vision board. This is too cute. And it doesn't overwhelm me to look at. So I'm so excited about this, y'all. Oh my gosh. I barely touched my snacks. So I am going to clean up here and eat some snacks, and then I'll show you guys my green stuff. Hi guys, happy new year. It is officially the new year. It is 12:30. I want to show you guys my green stuff that I got, that I usually do or whatever, blah 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 blah. Okay, so this is my new iPad case. It is a pretty dark green. Don't remember the shade of green, but This is it. You can't really tell. It looks kind of black, maybe even gray, but it is green. It is green. It is very cute iPad case. And we have my new AirPod case. And it's got a little lock button to open it or whatever. I don't know. But it's soft silicone. And then here's the little strap for it. My new phone case. My mom got me my first phone case. I do change my AirPod case and my phone case quarterly. So this is just my first phone case of the year, which is my favorite of all the ones that I've seen. It's got some texture, but it is soft silicone. Little ASMR moment. Love that. New bonnet. This is actually a 3-pack of bonnets, which is cheaper that way, but a black one, and 2 green ones. So this is kind of like a sagey, and this is more like an emerald. They look lighter on camera, but definitely more like a sage and an emerald. Very cute. And they come with like the wraps. That's the kind of bonnets I like. Bathroom stuff. A soft skincare headband with the arm cuffs. A claw clip because I use that. And I usually use the headband that's like this. I've never had one like this, so the claw clip, this, and this is usually what I use. But I have 2 now, so I don't know. Maybe we'll see how that goes. But I get to swap out my pink ones now for green. New PJs, and it's just a short set from Amazon. I'll put a picture up, and you'll probably see me in this later. And then I'll also post a picture of my new bedding. And I did a like ruffly pink this year, and I meant to change it, but I was just like, I could just keep this blanket. I usually get a bed in a bag, and I'm very, very like hot sleeper, so that blanket needs to be thin, but also can keep me warm if I did get cold. And the pink one, like as many times as I try to do something, if it's not a waffle blanket on my bed, which I usually use when it's 80 degrees, 90 degrees, 100 degrees. But when it's in the cooler times and I do have a comforter on, the pink comforter was really saving me. Like, it's not too thin, it's not too thick, it's perfect. So I'm really particular. The way that the comforter set was condensed for my new one, I know it's gonna be tea. Because if it come in a big poof thing, I already know that it's gonna be too thick. So I will show you guys everything once I swap it out. I'm gonna end this vlog here, and when I see you guys next time, I'll be a green girly for sure, and you'll get to see all of these things in action. I'm glad that you guys have enjoyed watching me this year. I plan on doing more content and being more consistent in 2026, and we see all of my goals. And I didn't show you guys. Here it is. It's up there on the wall above my dresser, so I get to see it every single day. And I'm obsessed. It looks so cute. Like, I can't even believe that I really did that. Like, that's my first collage, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so proud of it. But yes, I plan on coming back in 2026 better than ever. I am going to post every hump day. I think that's going to be my day that I post every week on Wednesdays. I'm not going to say bright and early in the morning, just depending on how editing goes or whatever, but every Wednesday there will be a video up. So if you want to see more of me, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you want to know when I post, even though I just told you when I'm going to post, hit that bell so you can be notified when the videos are up. Make sure you like, comment, let me know what your New Year's goals are in the comments, and I will see you guys in the new year. Love you, bye.